Good morning once again. Uh, Today we are going to discuss a new topic that is TPO. TPO is nothing but third party order. Any idea what is this third party order is all about? Any random guess?
So
I
if material is not available with that company, so it orders to third party, means a vendor who supply the material,
Hmm.
and this material is provided to customer directly.
Okay. Any other scenario?
you don't, for example, there is a company which doesn't manufacture the goods. Okay,
Hmm.
it gives it to the third party.
Hmm.
It has got its own customers. Okay, and
Hmm.
then what the company does is that it tells that third party to manufacture it and to deliver it on its behalf.
Hmm.
But the invoicing and all that stuff will be done by the company itself.
Okay. So third party order, as the name says, the delivery happens from a third party. Third party here in this case, our friendly vendor. Okay. So you will do third party in two scenarios. Just listen this carefully. Okay. There is a customer. Okay. There is a customer who has placed order to me. Okay. I realize I don't have any stock, so I'll inform my vendor. Okay, this is the material which usually I manufacture, but whatever the date the customer has requested, maybe I'm unable to do the delivery or to meet the customer requirement. In that case, I will reach out to my friendly vendor, and the vendor would actually deliver the goods on my behalf, and vendor will raise an invoice to me. Okay, vendor will raise an invoice to me, and I will raise the invoice to customer. So this is the first scenario where you manufacture your the product. Okay, but in cases of contingency, okay, in cases of contingency for specific customers, you will ask your vendor to do the delivery. Okay, that is the first scenario. The second scenario is like you generally don't manufacture that material at all. Okay, you generally don't manufacture that material at all. You just do the trading part. In other words, the customer will place order to the company. Okay, you don't manufacture that material. So every time whenever you get an order from the customer, you reach out to the vendor, and the vendor will deliver, and vendor will raise an invoice to you for whatever delivery he has done on your behalf, and we will raise an invoice to the customer. So I can do third parties in two scenarios. Okay, in the first case, when we don't have enough stock, or maybe when we cannot meet the customer requirements. Second case, okay, this material is handled as a trading product. Trading product means you don't actually manufacture at all. In the first case, you manufacture the material, but in case of contingencies, okay, when you don't have enough stock or when you cannot meet the customer required quality parameters, then just you will reach out. Okay, and second case, the material is always handled as a trading product. Okay, you never manufacture that product. In those scenarios, you will do third party order. Third party order is always about one concept: the vendor will deliver to the customer. Okay, whether it is scenario 1 or scenario 2, in both the cases the vendor will deliver based on my request to the vendor. Okay, now first today let us understand the second scenario first. Okay, so there is a material which we always get it delivered by the vendor. In other words, the material is a trading material. Okay, so if I want to create a trading material, what is the material type? Okay, for finished product, the material type is FERT. Okay, for trading material, what is the material type?
Our
HAWA.
HAWA. Okay, and in material master, we have item category group. for the normal material, okay, which we maintain as norm. Okay, just I'll show you. But whenever you create a trading material, okay, whenever any material, if you want to process it as a third party material, okay, if you want to process through a third party order, then you will maintain your item category group in the material master as BANS. Okay, so just we will come to the master data a bit later. Now let me explain the process in both the scenarios, whether it is scenario 1 or scenario 2. Just listen the process and remember the sequence also. Okay, the customer places order to the company. So the customer places order to the company, that is the step 1. Now just we are talking about scenario 2. Okay, just understand that. Now since this is a trading material, as we don't manufacture, we will raise a purchase requisition. What is purchase requisition? Okay, just I will try to explain you in layman terms. What is my OTC cycle? I have order, I have delivery, I have invoice. So sometimes before order I can have a quotation, request for quotation. Okay, in the same way, if you look at your P2P cycle, SD side we call it as OTC cycle, whereas MM side we call it as P2P cycle, procure to pay. Okay, so now MM side, it starts with purchase order, then MIGO. I will explain what are all these MIGO and MIRO. Just till the time, just have a glance. That's it. Okay, just like your quotation in sales process, we have purchase requisition. That means you wanted to initiate the purchase. Okay, when you want to initiate the purchase, or it is a request for purchase, the document what you create is called purchase requisition. So system will automatically creates the purchase requisition in the background. Listen this phrase carefully. System will automatically creates a purchase requisition in the background whenever we are processing a third party order. Okay, how system will know that? Will as we progress we will understand. So whenever we are trying to process a material, either in this scenario or in this scenario, system will automatically creates a purchase requisition in the background. Then we'll convert that purchase requisition into the purchase order, which is sent to the vendor. So what is the second step in our process? There is a purchase requisition that gets created in the background. Okay, purchase requisition gets created in the background. Okay, so then using this purchase requisition, we convert it into PO. We will see what is how we convert a purchase requisition into PO. And once the purchase order is created, okay, it is sent to the vendor. So vendor will have information. Okay, vendor will have information like, okay, this is the material, okay, which I need to deliver to this customer on this particular day for this particular quantity. So in purchase order, vendor will get all this information. Okay, so once the vendor gets a purchase order, in purchase order we'll maintain the delivery address of the customer, so that the vendor would know to whom he has to deliver. Okay, to whom he has to deliver. That address is automatically updated in PO. We will see what is the setting in SAP that actually updates this particular customer address in the PO. Okay, now once the vendor receives the PO, he actually does the delivery. Okay, now just a minute. Okay, why I try to keep it in dotted lines? Because the delivery, whatever performed by the vendor, we cannot actually record in the system, because the delivery is happening outside of my SAP. Okay, so the material is with vendor and he is sending his material to the customer. So I cannot record the movement of the material. So because the delivery is happening outside of SAP. Okay, it is directly from the vendor to customer. So that is the reason we have tried to depict this scenario with dotted lines. Okay, we have to try to depict this with dotted lines. Okay, now just a minute, just change the color. Okay. Now once the vendor has delivered the product to the customer, once the vendor has delivered the product to the customer, okay, here F2 is your customer invoice. Okay, F2 means it is a customer invoice. In the same way, Miro is nothing but your vendor invoice. Okay, for time being, till the time just we get it more elaborated, till the time understand Miro is nothing but your vendor invoice or supplier invoice or incoming invoice. So this is your vendor invoice. Okay, this is your vendor invoice. So once the vendor supplies the material to the customer based on our request, he will raise an invoice to us. Okay, he will raise an invoice telling that, okay, whatever you have requested, I have done the delivery. Okay, I have done the delivery for that particular material, for that particular quantity to this particular customer. Okay, so whatever material he has delivered, for that he will raise an invoice to us. He will raise an invoice to us. Okay, so this is vendor invoice. Then the company will raise an invoice to the customer. Okay, company will raise invoice to the customer. So this is a process. Okay, this is a process. Okay, now why we are discussing this in sequence, you will get to know as we progress. So now if you want to understand the process, the first step is now listen the process again, just I am repeating. The customer will place an order. Okay, this is my step 1. Okay, then this is your step 2. Okay, step 2 is in the background system creates a purchase requisition in the background. This is your step 2. What is step 3? Using that purchase requisition, you will convert that purchase requisition into a purchase order for the vendor. This is step 3. Okay, this is step 3. So once the purchase requisition is, once the purchase order is received by the vendor, he does the delivery. Okay, so this delivery is outside SAP. So that is why we cannot record this delivery in SAP, because it is going directly from the vendor to the customer. We don't have any control on what is the quantity he has delivered. This is the 4th step. Once the vendor delivers the material, he will raise an invoice, vendor invoice, which we call it as Miro. Okay, the 5th step is vendor invoice. Okay, which is called as Miro. Vendor invoice, supplier invoice or incoming invoice, everything is same. Okay, everything is same. Okay, first step, second step, this is third step, this is 4th step. Okay, just a minute, and this is 5th step, and the step 6. Okay, now just the customer has received his whatever material he has requested. Okay, for him it doesn't matter whether it has come from me or it has come from the vendor. Once the customer receives the material, I'm going to raise my invoice to customer. I'm going to raise my invoice to customer. Okay, I'm going to raise my invoice to customer. So this is a typical third party order process. So we are going to understand what are the controls that we have at each stage. So we have around 6 steps in third party order. Now we are going to understand what are the controls that we have at each of these stages. Okay, what are the controls that I have at each of these stages, and what are all the settings that we have to do in SAP. Okay, what are the settings that we have to do in SAP to work this third party order process perfectly. Okay, so for our testing okay, for our testing I have already created one customer. Okay, just we you have got familiarized with my naming convention, LG customer third party order. So I wanted to use this customer for third party testing. So I have created one material, as I mentioned, the material type for a trading material. Hava is nothing but whenever it is a trading material, we'll create with Hava. So I will show you how we have created. So this is a material. Okay, so at the time of creating material, just make sure make sure that you select material type as Hava instead of FERT. Just make sure, just you type you create with Hava. Okay, now just another important setting you have to remember here is this. In item category group, maintain your item category group as BANS. So what does this BANS will tell? This BANS will tell the system that okay, this material is always serviced by third party. So what is the difference between trading product and third party? Trading means, in layman words, you don't manufacture but you sell. So it could be you get the material to your premises and you will sell it. So material can come to you and you can sell it. But third party is you don't get the material to your premises, it will directly go to vendor to the customer. So this will define how you wanted to process this material. So this item category BANS, if you remember, while discussing material master control, okay, we try to understand your item category group as an important parameter in determining your item category. So with item category group BANS, okay, earlier just if it was norm, when it was norm, my item category was TAN. Okay, we have seen what is the determination rule, item category determination rule. But when it is BANS, the item category would get determined as TAS. So while discussing this material master and item category settings, at item category level, we try to understand your item category will define how you want to process, how are you going to process this particular material. So when you have item category TAS, system will understand this particular material. Remember, understand this carefully. System will understand this particular material is going to be serviced by a vendor. So the moment it understands it, it actually creates a purchase requisition in the background with the subsequent settings that it has got. Okay, so the moment system understand it has to be serviced by a vendor, system will automatically creates a purchase requisition in the background. So just we will see what are all the steps we have in detail as we progress. But when you create the material, create it with the trading goods, that is with material type Hava, and create it with item category group as BANS. Okay, this is the only difference. And when you select trading goods as Hava, you will have your valuation class would be 3100. Earlier, if it is finished goods, you were getting around 7200 or 7500 depending on your system. Okay, so if it is a Hava trading material, you will get valuation class, and here just maintain moving price, maintain moving price. Okay, so this is what you need to understand. Okay, maintain moving price. Okay, now as this material is not manufactured by us, we are not maintaining any stock of this material. Just I'll show you that. So if you go to MMB, and just if you see the stock, you are not going to see any stock here, because the definition, by definition, trading material is a material which I am not actually manufacturing it. So just we have not manufactured, or we don't have any stock for this material. Okay, make sure that you don't have any stock for that material. And I'll maintain the selling price, okay, in VK11. Okay, so my PR00. So my selling price for this material, just listen this carefully. We have maintained the cost in the material master. Where did we maintain the cost? Okay, your moving average price. I have maintained the cost as 1000, and I am maintaining the selling price. Okay, the price at which I am going to sell this material to the customer as 2000. So this is my material, and I am maintaining the selling price of this material as 2000 euros per ton. Okay, and the cost is actually, it comes from your material master. The cost, it actually comes from your material master. So this is done. So we have master data created, we have customer created. You don't have any specific settings for customer who gets material from a vendor. So the customer is same whether you deliver it to the customer or customer gets material from vendor. In both the cases, there is no difference in the customer master creation. So we have created material, a trading material. Now just we will create a vendor. Just I wanted to create vendor in class. That is the reason just I have not yet created it. So we will create. What is the transaction for creating vendor?
XK01.
XK01. So I will create vendor with this naming convention LG vendor, and this vendor we are going to use for testing of third party. So let us take, so go to XK01, XK01. Okay, just maintain the number. So just your sales organization, you have purchase organization responsible for all your purchasing activities. If you remember in our enterprise structure sessions, we have created one purchase organization. Just I am quickly repeating it. The activities you are supposed to do before creating a vendor master. Just you have to make sure that in enterprise structure, just in definition, in materials management, okay, make sure that you have created your own purchasing organization. So just we have created our own purchasing organization as DE00. So this is at the definition part. Just we have created with definition LG Chemical Germany purchase order, I mean purchasing organization. So once it is created in the definition part, you just check whether the assignments are done or not. So go to the assignments. You have to assign the purchasing organization to the respective company code. What could be the reason why we are doing this assignment? Why just we are doing this assignment?
Because this all this what you say is this financials, all that is set out at company code level, na?
Yes.
So when you do the micro and all this stuff, then it has to be connected to this company code only.
Yes. Whenever you do any purchases, your purchasing organization is responsible for your purchases. So when you are doing any purchases, you are actually paying. So that is the reason we call it as accounts payable section. So just you actually pay the money. So whenever there is an outflow of money, you want it to record in this company code. Okay, whenever there is a financial transaction, you want to record at the company code level. Okay, just check whether your purchasing organization is assigned to the company code or not. Now and check whether the same purchasing organization is linked to the plants. Okay, so what does this assignment will tell you? So whenever any requirement for this plant arises, okay, so just for a minute forget about third party order. Now I have German plant 1, I have German plant 2. Okay, I actually manufacture material C using raw materials A and B. Okay, using raw materials A and B. Now in this plant there is a shortage of raw material A. So when you have a shortage of raw material A in plant 1, so whatever purchasing organization that is linked to this particular plant is responsible for getting this raw material. Here we have centralized purchasing organization in Germany for both the plants. Okay, there is a single department which actually takes care of the procurement for the both the plants. So that is the reason why we assign this purchasing organization to the plant. Understood? Any doubts on the assignments part? So these are the three activities what you do at enterprise structure level. First you define your purchasing organization, then you do your assignments to the company code and the plant. Now just come back and create your vendor. So this is the company code, this is the purchasing organization. Okay, and just like your customer master, we have account groups. Even vendor has got, this is also a business partner, it has got its own account groups. So don't get into it too much, just select 0001. Okay, 0001 is the standard account group for your material supplier or material vendor. Press enter. Okay, I think I have already created, just let me check it once. Okay, so just make sure that you create your vendor Okay, just select all these, leave a withholding tax. Okay, leave this withholding tax and just continue. Okay, so this is what the vendor I have created. So here just you need to remember, important thing is your vendor reconciliation account is different. For customer it is 14 four zeros, for vendor it is 16 four zeros. Okay, just this is one important parameter, just maintain that and maintain all mandatory information whatever that is required, like your order currency, terms of payment, Incoterms, whatever. Okay, just create this vendor. So this is the vendor what we have created. Okay, so the transaction code for creating vendor is this. Now let us create an order and see how system will respond. Okay, first I will show you the result, then we will understand why system is behaving like this. Okay, why system is actually triggering these activities in the background, we will see one by one. So I will create order for this customer for this material which is created as a trading material, okay, with item category group as BANS. Now let us go and create one order, BS01. Okay, I'll just copy this customer. Okay, I'll just take OR. It is a normal order that at the document type level there is no difference between a third party order and a normal order. Okay, what is that actually differentiate between these two is your item category. For normal order your item category would be TAN, whereas for third party order it would be TAS. That is the only difference. So just we are going to do test third party order. Okay, and just take the material. Okay, what is the material that you have? Okay, okay, let us say the customer has placed observe this quantity, even this is an important parameter. Let us say the customer has placed order for say 100 tons. Okay, the customer has placed order for 100 tons. I have entered the quantity and unit of measure and then I have pressed enter. Let us see what system does. This is very important concept, and your third party order is an integration between your SD and MM, and you have okay. So usually why do you get this message?
In case of this regular at TN, when we are doing so, it will just check out for this one. What you say, that availability check
Yes.
screen that we get
Yeah,
over there.
availability. Since there is no material, system try to understand when it can do the delivery. So I don't have availability of this material. Okay, I will come to that section in a bit time. Okay, if you have observed the item category here, it has got determined TAS automatically. So what is my item category determination? Why TAS has come, or rather how TAS has come? What is my item category determination rule?
Sales document type plus item category group plus usage plus higher level item category.
Okay, so here you have this. Okay, my sales document type is this. My item category group BANS is maintained in my material master, and in this scenario my next two components parameters are not relevant, high level and usage. So with this combination system would automatically determine item category TAS. Now before proceeding further, let us see what are the controls that are there in TAS when compared to TAN. Any guesses?
Yes, the first and the foremost, since there is no delivery over here, so it won't be a delivery related this billing. That billing relevance, the billing relevance should be different.
So order, wonderful. So I have order, I don't have delivery. So this is my OTC cycle, and I have invoice. So since there is no delivery, my invoice is created with reference to the order. So invoice is created with reference to the order. So I wanted to tell the system that whenever you create invoice for a third party scenario, take order as reference but not delivery, because there is no delivery at all. So just I'll go to item category TAS and let us see what are the different controls that we have. Okay, go to TAS. Wonderful guys, keep going. Okay, so here just if you see billing relevance here, what is billing relevance? F means, okay, it is for time being understand, it actually telling the system create your invoice with reference to the order. Apart from that, there is another part to it. We will see what is that another part, but for time being just I will open and show you the description. Okay, so just now concentrate on only part 1. Concentrate only on part 1. What it says? It says order related billing. Okay, so it says order related, it has two parts. This is part 1 and this is part 2. We will come to part 2 at later point of time. What this part 1 tells is, whenever you are creating, okay, an invoice, okay, for a third party order, okay, in third party process, create your invoice always with reference to the order. Okay, because you don't have delivery. So this is the main difference. Okay, this is the main difference between TAN. What is a billing relevance in standard TAN? It is delivery.
It's A.
Yeah, okay, it's delivery related. Okay, now you have pricing active, you have pricing active, and there is no special stock indicator. Okay, I think we have already discussed this. Special stock indicator would only come in two scenarios for us. One is two or three scenarios, IPOs, MTOs and consignments. Okay, I will not confuse much, we will discuss at later point of time. Now I have a question here. Okay, you know that in third party process I have order but I don't have delivery. Okay, and I have invoice. So what is this control? Schedule lines allowed. What it does?
If we uncheck this, so schedule line tab will not appear.
Okay, so now it is checked. Okay, what information do we have in schedule lines?
We have the
Schedule
delivery
line
dates
correct.
and quantities. Delivery dates and quantities.
Delivery dates and delivery quantities. Do I have delivery here?
No.
Then why it is checked? So that is what we are going to understand as we progress. So understand that, okay, in TAS level my billing relevance is F. The first part says it is order related billing. Okay, so billing relevance is F. Even though there is no delivery in third party scenario, we have schedule lines checked. You will understand why schedule lines checked as we progress. Okay, these are the main two points that you have to, or these are the main two controls that we have at item category level, TAS. Okay, now just I will come back. Okay, this is my order, my item category. Now just we know how this item category TAS has come. Where is this net value to 2 lakhs is coming from? We have maintained condition records. Okay, if you remember, we have maintained condition records 2000 per ton, and I am just ordering 100 tons, so that is the reason just I got 2 lakhs. Now get inside line item data, you have this schedule line tab. So you will get this schedule line tab, okay, only when you activate, okay, only when you activate this. Okay, now why this is important for us? When there is no delivery, why SAP says to activate the schedule line control at item category level? That we will discuss now. Just go to schedule lines. Okay, what is this confirmed quantity? What is this? What do you mean by confirmed quantity?
Yeah, the system will do that availability check and throw this confirmed quantity. That what is the order quantity and how much will be confirmed at a particular date.
Yes. So observe it at this point of time. Okay, when we have created the confirmed quantity is 0. We will again come back to this particular field again in short time. Now if you see here, I have schedule line CS. What is the determination rule for schedule lines?
Item
category and
category plus
MRP type.
MRP type.
Wonderful. So my item category is TAS and my MRP type I have maintained PD. So for this combination, where is this PD coming from? Your material master. Okay. For this combination, we have determined a schedule line as CS. What is the standard schedule lines? What is the standard schedule lines? Either you have CN or CP.
CP.
Yeah, CP or CN. But yes, in third party you will have schedule line CS. Now let us understand what is the difference between my standard schedule lines and the schedule lines category that got determined in my third party. So let us go and check my schedule lines. So I'll go to Vivo V6. I'll go to Vivo V6 here. Okay. So what did you observe? The first and foremost, okay, you don't have movement type. Why you don't have movement type? So your schedule line will define, yeah, it controls your delivery related information. In standard, okay, if it is either CP or CN, you would have seen 601 movement type here. But there is no movement type here because there is no delivery. So that is the reason I don't want to mean system. There is no movement type maintained here. And why this is not checked? Because there are no relevant items for delivery, because the delivery whatever is happening, okay, it is happening outside of SAP. The delivery whatever is happening, it is happening outside of SAP. So that is the reason that this is unchecked. And for the first time, okay, we are seeing these three fields are maintained. Till now we have seen many schedule lines, like for standard order we have seen schedule lines in returns. We have seen, maybe we don't have schedule lines in credit memos and return debit memos, but for the first time out of all, for the first time we are seeing these values, these fields are maintained. Now let us understand what is the purpose of these fields. Okay, what is the purpose of these fields? Now if you go to the process, what did we understand? When we actually an order is raised, and when the system understands this is going to be processed by a third party, the moment you save, system will automatically creates a purchase requisition in the background. So before saving this order, let me show you what is the transaction code for creating purchase order. Okay, you need to have bit understanding of as well. What is the transaction for creating purchase order? Yesterday we have discussed ME21N. Yeah. Okay, now just I have purchase requisition, it is ME51N. Okay, this is purchase requisition. Just I'll open this transaction once. ME51N. Okay, create purchase requisition. So now just observe this carefully. Okay, if I want to create a purchase requisition, remember, understand, I need information about my purchase requisition type that should be used. I need information about my account assignment category that system should use. I need information about my item category. A is account assignment category, I is item category, and I need information about the material. I need information about the quantity. So if I wanted to create a purchase requisition, I need information about these three parameters. Now observe carefully. So now observe carefully. Now in third party, just what did we just try to understand? In third party, the purchase requisition gets created in the background. So in the schedule line, I am telling the system, when you create a purchase requisition in the background, use order type NB. So this NB will be used when it creates purchase requisition in the background. It uses item category 5 for creating purchase requisition, and it uses account assignment category 1. Okay, system uses this information. Now just we are trying to summarize. System uses this information for creating a purchase requisition in the background. Just now we have this information, okay, which is coming from my schedule line. How system will know what is the material and what is the quantity? Because this information actually comes from your order. In order, we have created this order for LG Hava TP00 for 100 tons. So that information system will get from order, and the remaining three parameters information, like your order type. Order type is nothing but your purchase requisition order type. What system should be using when it is actually getting created in the background? What system should use item category while creating purchase requisition, and what account assignment category system should use while creating the purchase requisition. So this information is maintained to make sure that when you save the sales order in the third party, system will automatically create a purchase requisition. Now let us see that. Now just any doubts? Okay, maybe when I show you it will be very clear. Okay, just let it be like this. Now as of now, here you can see next to schedule line there is a field called purchase requisition. As of now it is not filled. Now I am saving it. Make sure that you have everything else is maintained. Make sure that the document is complete. Now I am saving this order. Okay, the order is saved 20567. Order is saved 20567. Now I will go to the change mode of the order. Okay, just double click, go inside schedule lines. See, the purchase requisition is created. Okay, purchase requisition is created. Now just let me open this purchase requisition. Okay, ME51N is to create. Okay, 52 is for display and 53 is for 53 is for display. Now just I am displaying this purchase requisition. Okay, just other purchase requisition. Sorry, 48059. Okay, now observe it. So just I'll open this here. See, if you observe, this purchase requisition is created with purchase requisition type NB. Where is it coming from? It is coming from your order type that is maintained in the schedule line. And if you see here, your item category is created with 5. Okay, this is 5 or S, both are same, just don't bother about that. Item category is created with 5 and your account assignment category is 1. So how system is pre-filling this data? Because this is already maintained in your schedule lines. You are telling the system, okay, when you create a purchase requisition in the background, use these parameters for creating your purchase requisition. Is this clear? Any doubts on this, guys? Hello, guys, are you there?
Yes, clear.
Okay, so system, so why we need schedule lines? We need schedule lines because only in schedule lines level I have an option, okay, to maintain this order type, item category and account assignment category. This information can be used to create a purchase requisition in the background. So I have an option to maintain this information only at schedule lines level. That is the reason, even though there is no delivery, listen this particular point carefully, even though there is no delivery in third party order, still we are having schedule lines, okay, because only in schedule lines we can maintain the information that is required to create a purchase requisition in the background. Is it clear now? Wonderful. Now just this quantity, it actually gets copied from your order. Just okay, okay, just let me minimize this quantity. It gets copied. This is the material, it gets copied from the order quantity, and this is the date, and you can see even the customer information has also got copied. Now tomorrow we will understand how this information, see the customer, so system will understand, okay, this particular material for this particular quantity needs to be delivered to this particular customer on this particular date. how system gets this information. Okay, how system is actually getting this information, we will see tomorrow. Okay, so any doubts? But yes, I will share this recording today, so just make sure that you go through this recording at least 1 or 2 times. Okay, at least once, 1 or 2 times, and just tomorrow we will understand the different controls that we have. So what did we have just try to learn together? So the item category in my third party is determined as TAS. Okay, in third party it is TAS, and the schedule line for the same is CS. In the schedule line I have three controls, like my order type, purchase requisition order type NB, and my item category, and my account assignment category. Okay, so these are the different controls that you have in your schedule line. And at item category level, the most important thing is your billing relevance is F. Your billing relevance is F. So just we have seen the first part of this definition, that is order related billing. Tomorrow as we progress, we will see the second part of the definition. Okay, we will see what is the second part of the definition. Okay, so that's it from my side. So just I'll share the recording, just go through it at least couple of times, understand what are the different components or concepts that we have in third party. So once you have a proper understanding of the basics, this is very easy and very interesting to learn. Okay, so that's it from my side. All the very best and keep learning. Unless you have any questions, just I'll wind it off. Anyone has got any questions? Okay guys, okay, that's it from my side. All the very best, and we'll connect again tomorrow. Yeah, bye.